Hey you guys, so before this video begins, I have done a video like this before with Minecraft Dungeons on has it got better or worse, and this time I'm doing it again, but for Smite, and I'm gonna be honest, my experience in the game, I just couldn't enjoy it. Like, I tried to force myself to get into the game. I tried and tried, but no matter what I do, I just can't understand the game. Even though I have a handful of hours, like I still get frustrated whenever I play this game. Like it's not even on my console anymore. That's just how upset I am about this game. I know it's a fantastic game, but the experience I had, it was just getting worse and worse every time I played. And I do plan to show this video to my friends, and if any of my friends are watching this video, I'm sorry you guys, but I could care less about Smite. The experience I got to witness on Smite was just bad, but I hope you guys had a better experience. But without further ado, sorry for rambling, but here's a review on if it's better or worse. I have no idea how this game managed to stoop below my expectations, but it has. And the more I played, the worse the game was for me. I mean, I forced myself to try to enjoy this game, but it comes back once again to show its ugly head, and it shows all of these problems and all of these horrible experiences I have been witnessing. And all of these problems just make me want to quit the game for good. And here is exactly why. My first big criticism about Smite is the fact that half the time the matches don't even load in properly. Like, for example, if everyone's chosen all their gods who they want to play as, the match will just either completely freeze and the loading will stop and people will be forced to reload the game, or their game will just bug out and it'll be an endless loading cycle, which I'll explain later. But most of the time, your game will just freeze half the time and you'll have to restart. Seriously? We're 8 seasons into this game's life cycle, and the developers can't figure out how to make the connections better for the matches? Seriously?
Yep. God damn it! Just when I thought the game was actually good, it still crashes.
It was a cool class. I did learn a lot.
Wait,
Oh
you have
my
been
God.
returned to the login screen due to a loss of connection. Are you kidding me? These servers are trash. For God's sakes, not even in casual player versus enemy matches for co-op, you are safe from this problem. It is so bad that the game will literally become unplayable to the fact where everyone chose their god and they won't even load into the match properly, forcing you to reset. That's how terrible this is. To make things even worse, the character selection is even a bigger problem. When you try to select a character, it won't even properly register until 10 seconds later. You mash the select button over and over. And even in arena matches, it's no better. If you're like level 10, for example, and if you die to some random enemy, you're gonna be heavily punished and wait at least an entire minute just to respawn. That's how painful this is. Now, of course, the game isn't completely bad. I mean, there are still some good positives to this game. The most positive thing I can say about this game was I got to play as Jormungandr's World Kitty skin, which is completely not only badass, but it's freaking adorable. And if anyone tries to mess with the World Kitty, everyone is going to be in for a world of pain. That's probably what held up my experience. And the fact that you can save teammates from like treacherous moments when they're on the verge of death is even more satisfying when you're trying to cover a teammate's escape, such as trying to distract the enemy or just trying to get in the enemy's way by body blocking. It's an excellent way to save your teammates from peril. Now, ever since it's the last time I played this game, I did mention at the start of this review, I removed Smite from my console because it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And by the time my friends are watching this, they're probably going to be either upset or disappointed. And honestly, I don't really care. I'm sorry, you guys, but Smite has just been driving me crazy, and I just can't bear with it anymore. And if you're a new person to this channel, or if you're just some random person on the internet just trying to look for a game to play, I highly suggest you look for something else. Because if you're trying to get into a MOBA game, I cannot recommend this game to anyone, honestly. It's unless you just want to have the same experience I have, just having trouble loading into the match or just having trouble trying to understand how to play your role properly. So, last time when I reviewed this game, I gave it a 7 out of 10, which I should have gave it a 6 out of 10 because I was hesitating on giving it a 6 out of 10, but it was fun with friends, so it got a pity point out of me. And honestly, I don't know why I gave it that pity point. I should have not gave it that point. So, here's the new final score. Last time when I gave this game a rating, it was a 7 out of 10, but the new final score for Smite Battleground of the Gods, it's a disappointing 4 out of 10 with a shameful point, which is the same thing as a pity point, but the shameful point is bad. It goes down 1. So originally, this game would have been a 5 out of 10, but it's a 4 out of 10. It's an okay game. Don't get me wrong, Smite is a fantastic game. I just can't get into it. No matter how hard I try, it's just unbearable. I could not recommend this to anyone. I mean, if you're a huge fan of MOBA games, go for it. But if you're just looking for a free to play game, do not waste your time with Smite. There are far better games that deserve your time and effort. So, until next time, you guys, I will see you all in the next video.